Priya Parker, the author of The Art of Gathering, says that 90% of what makes a gathering successful is put in place beforehand. 90%. I've been thinking a lot about that, especially at this time of year where it feels like December is the month that has the most gatherings, whether it's family functions, work functions, friend get togethers, you name it. It feels like there are so many social opportunities to connect with others, right? And so at this time of year, I'm always reminded of Spark at the very beginning. We started with an aha that came from a community gathering. And ever since then, I've been on a mission to really understand and hold space for what it's going to take to get to a place of community impact, right? For equity and for inclusion. And that looks differently for every gathering, for every community, and for every group. So as you think about what you have on the horizon this month, whether it's, again, work gatherings, family gatherings, you name it, I know I have a lot going on. I have a big work retreat next week. I have family gatherings, we've got friend get-togethers, and whether you're hosting them like me or you're attending them also like me, I'm doing both. It's a lot to think about. And for some people, we can get wrapped up in kind of the do, the hum of we just got to get through. In fact, just the other day, someone said, I just got to make it to the finish line of my last day of work before this holiday break. I think some people are pushing through, and I know myself, I've been there. And so what I wanted to invite us to consider and just open up the door for in this video is for us to hold space for what we could grapple with together and what we might think about in service of that 90%. How do we think intentionally about making sure the gatherings we go to and host and attend, that we're our best, right? And that we are able to take just a minute, take a quick pause before we go to remember why we care about going there to begin with, or why we're dedicated to hosting the gathering to begin with. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge, for me, it feels particularly important at this time of year, given all that folks are holding and sitting with. There's a lot of pain. And I just feel like I say on repeat, we've got to hold space for two things to be true at the same time. There are a lot of people, including myself, in the LGBTQIA plus community that have been grieving and in pain from the mass shooting in Colorado Springs. And there are people that are directly connected to injustices and inequities that are happening daily. And so from an inclusion and equity perspective, how do we hold space for that emotion to exist while also be aware that it is actually a powerful act to be committed to gathering in community and holding space for joy and rest and recharge. So I just wanted to share the questions that I'm grappling with this holiday season and open up the door for us to grapple with them together and think about these together. For me, the thing that I'm really reminding myself is to quiet the noise. There's so much noise there. And someone just a minute ago was saying how chaotic it feels leading up to the holidays, and family functions can be a thing, right? And so I just want to share what I'm holding for myself in this season and in the spirit of learning in public. And I'd love to hear what these questions spark for you. Here are 4 questions that I am reflecting on this holiday season, and I'd love for you to join me and also share what they spark for you. So the first question is, what's one thing that I can do to prepare before an upcoming gathering to remember why I'm either hosting or attending that gathering in the first place? Just give myself that beat to get grounded in my why. The second question is, what's one thing that I could share beforehand that might help people have a little bit more context or know a little bit more about where I'm at and what I'm going through? That one requires a little vulnerability, and I'm really trying to push myself to be courageous and share a little bit more there, because that vulnerability is a currency for trust, right? The third question is, what's one thing I can do to show up as my authentic self without kind of putting on a front or without overthinking, so that I can really be true to myself and what I'm experiencing day to day? That might change. I really want to push myself not to just go through the motions and do the small talk thing if that's not really meaningful and true for me in that moment. And the last one is, how can I make space for compassion, both for myself and for others, as unexpected changes and challenges might come up? That one is another one that I'm really wanting to hold for myself this season. Is the one thing that's constant is perfectionism cannot exist in this space. And so letting go of that perfectionism and people pleasing and overthinking is important for me. And I just have to have compassion when things don't go as I planned, or if changes happen. I want to think in advance, right? To prepare in advance so that I can have a really meaningful experience, because that will help me. So again, I just wanted to share the 4 things that I'm thinking about this holiday season in service of that beautiful quote from Priya Parker, and in service of getting closer to that 90%. And I'd love to hear what this sparks for you. So feel free to comment below or connect with us, and would love to stay connected. Thank you all so much for joining, and I look forward to next time. Take good care and happy holidays.